Welcome to Tad Talks with your host, Tad West.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Tad Talk with Tad Western. I am your host, Tad Western. And today is Monday, September 10th, I believe. Yeah, September 10th. Tomorrow's Tuesday the 11th. And this is Tad Talk 32, if anyone's keeping track out there. And it's Monday. Hope everyone got through their horrible Mondays and are on to their terrible Tuesday tomorrow. But, what are we going to start to talk about today? How about here in central Indiana, nonstop rain, as always. It actually just cleared up a little bit about an hour ago. I took the dogs on a walkie. And it felt good to get outside. They've been pinned up for about 4 days straight and haven't been able to get their zoomies out. So Kona was going around like a madman, nonstop, doing circles, flinging mud everywhere. He's gonna have to get a bath here in a little bit. But oh man, what else? Oh, I think I'm gonna sell my car and buy a fan boat because why the hell not? It's not gonna stop raining, and what the hell is a car good for? I'm gonna need a boat. I'm gonna be like the, I don't know. I feel like Noah or something. Indiana Noah and the Circle City Temple of Doom or something. I don't fucking know. Oh shit. So anyway, what are we gonna talk about? Oh, we had a great feedback on the Tad's tip coming back. Everybody enjoyed that. So I'm just gonna start today off because I didn't have a lot going on today in my life. So I'm just going to start right off with Tad's tip of the day. Today in Tad's tip, there's nothing wrong with getting just starting your podcast off just with the tip. Nothing gets the audience members revved up like Tad's tip right off the bat. I mean, why not just cut to the chase? So today's Tad's tip. I've been noticing, it's starting to, here in central Indiana, it's starting to get dark a lot sooner, and it's not getting as light in the mornings as it used to in the summer when we were in the peak summer solstice time of the year. Oh, that's a dog whistle for all my alcoholic listeners. So anyway, I've been also noticing tons of vagrants, homeless people, random drunk asshole retards who are just standing out in the middle of the highway, in the middle of highways, in the middle of roads, not on sidewalks, just, I don't know, casually walking around in the road, in the parkways, the highways, and the byways, for whatever reason, I don't know, because they're crazy people, I assume, who just, I don't know, like to be out in the middle of public roads. But they're also, it'd be one thing if you could see them before 3 seconds before you almost hit them. This morning I about ran into a guy who was walking down the middle of a highway, and he was wearing black jeans and a brown sweatshirt and had his hood up. Couldn't see him till the last minute. Nothing reflective on. So today's Tad's tip is, I don't know if it's going to involve a lot of my listeners. This might not be a tip that all my listeners can use, because I think you guys are outstanding citizens and majority are taxpayers and have jobs and contribute members to society. So if you know any hobos or homeless people, or you see people begging for change on the side of the highway, instead of giving them change, give them a bright colored shirt like hunter orange or safety green, something that stands out. So when they're walking to their job at the corner of 465 and I don't know, Shadeland or something, they can people won't run into them, and they can be seen from far away in the twilight hours, as they say. So remember, kids, if you're going to be out playing in the middle of the street from dusk till dawn, wear something bright and colorful. Maybe even put on a flashlight or a headlamp or something that strobe light. Something that the other motorists who are doing 55, 65 miles an hour in a 45 can see you when they're approaching. Luckily, I just changed my brakes. But, so that's Tad's tip of the day. If you're going to be out in the dark, wear something bright, especially if you're going to be in the middle of the road. Unless you want to wear camo and just play Twilight Frogger. So that's Tad's tip of the day. I also saw something today. I was at a job site up on the north side, and I went to urinate in a porta potty, which I highly suggest you never do unless you absolutely have to. I mean, I talked about peeing in a gas station trash can on the last podcast, but at least that's in the open, and you don't get the full-blown all the smells encased in the porta potty. But I happened to glance down, and there was an ad, a Meijer ad, and I came to the realization, why is this Meijer ad in the porta potty? Is it because someone picked it up and threw it in the porta potty as a trash can, or did somebody have to use this as shitter paper? And I was thinking, you know what? Not only is your life so bad, you're working on a job site and you have to shit in a porta potty. You have to wipe with a Meijer ad. I mean, I guess after you're done reading it, you can use it, but just one of those things I saw today. I was like, man, holy, what a day. Oh, and then I went to so I don't know where I was going with that story other than it's just something I noticed. There's nothing like good hot porta potty pod talk. But yeah, I was in the supermarket today getting some week supplies, my weekly supplies of food and things of that nature. And when I was self-checking out, there was a kid probably in his 5th grade, chunky little fucker, and his little brother, I assume, who was also a chunky little fucker, who was probably 2 or 3 years younger than him. And they were buying 3 items, and one of the items that I noticed was a giant jug of bright green airsoft pellets. And I'm like, holy shit. I was like, all right. So they scan it, and it turns out it's a flagged item. You have to be 18 to buy these airsoft pellets, which I thought was kind of a joke, but oh well. So the guy comes over, he's like, he goes, are you guys, is one of you 18? And the kid goes, no. Does it look like I'm 18? And I was like, damn, this little fat fuck's a smart ass. And he's like, well, we can't sell them to you unless you're 18 or you have someone with you who's 18. And at that exact moment, I was like, oh, I should just buy these for these kids and be their hero. But I didn't. I just kind of laughed. This kid literally said, he turned to the guy, he goes, I don't care. He goes, I'm going to have my mom or grandma come over here and buy them. They're just right over there. He's like, well, you got to have to go get them before you can buy it. And I'm like laughing. I thought the kid was just bullshitting. So he takes off running with his other stuff that he paid for. And then I look down the aisle, the long hall there by all the long section, the front of the store, and here comes his ham planet of a mom on her motorized scooter. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. This kid has no chance. But, hey, you know what? He'll probably be out shooting neighborhood cats, making the world a better place with his airsoft gun. Hopefully he doesn't end up blinding himself, but I just thought, you know what? Good for you, kid. Fuck the corporate man telling you can't buy your ammo for your airsoft guns. That's bullshit. Oh, what do we have going on in news here? Is it news time already? We're done with Tad's stories? Let's see here. Oh, speaking of rain, apparently in Tad's weather update, he's no Jim Cantori, but he is Tad Western. We're getting a huge hurricane. It's about to hit the Carolinas. Not just one of the Carolinas, both of the Carolinas. The expected storm surge is supposed to be 15 to 20 feet. And landfall possibly a Category 5, which I don't know anything about hurricanes. I live in landlocked Midwest. I don't know. I've never really cared about hurricanes because they have never really affected me, but I like seeing the death and destruction they bring and the cleansing power of the wave. I think America just needs to get hit with one big giant tsunami, wipe out all the trash, and then we'll rebuild. We need a good disaster to rally around as a country. Hurricane. I don't know what this Hurricane Florence. That's such a pussy name for a giant category 5. I don't know. I don't even know how these hurricanes work. I'm the worst person to talk to, but the only thing I know about hurricanes are they're an alcoholic drink. And Archer, he always drank them. Hurricane! So apparently it's going to land, I don't know what day. I can't even read this. This is a horrible... Hopefully it hits Washington, D.C. and just takes out the swamp. That would be awesome. I don't know. So there's for all my listeners in South Carolina, North Carolina, go buy some OSB board. Board up your windows. This is Tad's construction tip of the day. If you live in Hurricane Row, go get some good nails, some good OSB. Put your windows up and get the fuck out of town. Or don't, or go loot. You have two options. You can go loot, or you can get the fuck out of town. I don't know. I might go to Carolina and loot. That'd be a fun weekend. Weekend plans. Oh, let's see here. In fast food news, Subway. The $5 footlong is going away. But paninis may be coming... Oh, man. I'm glad they didn't say, but paninis... I don't know. Why? When did Subway start making paninis? I haven't had Subway in so long. Their bread just tastes like, I don't know, tastes like foam or something. And they don't put any meat on their subs anyway. It's like one little slice, the thinnest shit ever. And their cheese tastes like, it's not real cheese, it's fake cheese. The best part about it is their veggies, and their veggies are normally like warm. So I don't know, I haven't had Subway in a long time. Maybe that's why. Tad, if you started eating there, maybe they'd still have their $5 footlongs. But the $5 footlong is iconic sandwich. May no longer be at your local restaurant because they're allowing the what do you call them? Franchisees to decide whether or not to continue running the $5 footlongs, which they're not going to, because why would you sell a $5 footlong when you can sell it for $7.50? And Jimmy John's is charging like $10 for the same damn thing, even though their bread is better than Subway's. But fuck, $10 for a sub is ridiculous. You can damn near go get a steak for that much. So yeah, they're introducing paninis, which I don't. What, they're just gonna grill them instead? Like I don't know. Oh, they're not as thick. It's a different bread, Ted. Duh. And they're only testing them in California restaurants. They should probably go to quesadillas in California for more of a California-themed, their target audience in California. There's a lot of Mexicans in California. I think the Mexican-style quesadilla sandwich would go over pretty well. If they do implement that, you can give Tad a check for that market research and market analysis. All right, so get your $5 footlongs while they last. In other corporate news, Amazon has patented a system that would put workers in a cage on top of a robot. This is from the Boston Herald. It is a cage that looks super tiny, and it almost looks like a dunk tank, and it's got this robotic arm on it that looks like a claw machine. Actually, this machine looks like, imagine a claw machine, except the claw is on the outside of the machine, and the machine, instead of being glass, is a cage, and then you sit on the inside of the cage, and then you get to pick up all the goodies on the outside. So, and then it's on top of a robot. It's a cage on top of a Roomba. So Amazon's going to lock their workers in cages. That'd be neat. So a patent Amazon has received would pair humans and machines. They're pretty much becoming, what do you call them? Hybrids? No. What's the word, Tad? I don't know. X-Men or something. Some type of mutant. In the case, the humans would be in a cage. Obviously for their safety. You don't want the humans being out in the open. They might bite someone with their rabies. Illustrations that accompany the patent, which was granted by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office in 2016. It was granted in 2016. We're just not hearing about it. Show a cage-like enclosure around a small workspace sitting atop of robotic trolleys that now drive racks and shelves around Amazon warehouses. Neat. So they already got this shit. This is a bullshit story. So, for example, 750-pound robots topped with shelves scoot around an area already in the warehouses. So this thing would be able to go in with the human. So apparently they say if humans stray into these robot-only zones, it shuts everything down and fucks everything up. So the human can go in and not fuck everything up and have a little claw arm to pick up what I assume is only used in the stuffed animal warehouses of Amazon, because it looks like a claw machine, and that's what are in claw machines. It was a good joke. Oh, Florida man. It's always a good story when it starts out with Florida man. Everyone knows that. Florida man stops to help stranded motorist who turned out to be hitman hired to kill him. What a nice guy. A road rage incident where a man does what he's supposed to do and thinks was to end up with multiple bullets in his head. What the fuck sense does that sound? Okay, I'm about sick of these fucking videos and these ads on this goddamn... I don't want to watch... Okay. Calm down, Tad. It's Monday. I'm pissed off. I'm on one. When police found Carlos Cruz Echeverria, I don't know his last name, dead near his home last Veterans Day, he was lying face down in a ditch, shot multiple times in the head. Beside him was a truck stuck in the mud. Later, the 60-year-old Army veteran's car was found several miles away, torched, and it seemed like a random senseless killings. Authorities thought Cruz had been robbed and left for dead after stopping to help a stranger in Daytona Beach. But a year-long investigation has revealed that it wasn't anything but random. They arrested 2 men and a woman this week, and they are calling it a murder-for-hire plot to keep Cruz from testifying in a road rage case. Oh, nice. The 3, I see a movie in the future. The 3 have been charged with first-degree murder, and prosecutors are considering the death penalty. Sheriff Michael Jimmy Chitwood said in a Friday news conference, "This is one of the most heinous, despicable, cowardly acts I've ever witnessed," Mr. Chitwood said. "Somebody's going to pay the ultimate price. Someone's going to end up dead." The killing was set in motion months earlier. Somebody honked the horn in front of him and stood at a green light, and they brandished a gun, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah. They ended up fucking this guy over, killing him. Nice. He was trying to be a good Samaritan. That's what happens when you get stopping on the road. And never stop and help anyone unless they're wearing an orange vest. And you have your safety orange vest with you as well. Because you do that, you don't want to be getting hit. A little Diet Coke for the podcast here. Wet the old vocal cords. Sleeping naked. 2/3 of millennials sleep nude. They also sleep, they don't have bed sheets and they don't have homes. And they sleep in tents because they can't afford anything. Because they're poor. The goddamn boomers fucked everything up for them. So apparently it feels natural to sleep naked. And it's convenient too. You wake up the next day, you just hop into the naked chick who's sleeping next to you, and there's a lot less clothes to take off, this chick said. No, actually, she said you just hop right into the shower. I didn't realize it was that big of a deal to take off your underwear and get in the shower. But apparently that's a major ordeal and major time saver. They surveyed 1,000 people across the country, 58% of whom say they sleep in the nude. So, yeah, awesome. And they also reported better sleep quality than pajama wearers. Not surprisingly, men are more likely to sleep naked than women. More than half of women still report sleeping without any clothes on. Only 39% of boomers sleep in the buff. You fucking boomer. Compared with nearly 65% of millennials. Well, boomers have more money and more clothes. So yeah, apparently nude sleepers are science. May fall on the side of modesty, particularly in cold climates. When we're sleeping, we lose our ability to tightly regulate our core and our buttholes, said Elon Avidian, who directs the UCLA Sleep Disorder Center in Los Angeles. If the temperature drops too low, you're likely to freeze to death and wake up, and that disrupts sleep. Well, no shit, Sherlock. So no wonder millennials are always sleeping in, because they sleep naked and they don't get good sleep, so they have to wake up in the middle of the night. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Headline, CBS Boston. Woman mistakes dynamite stick for dildo. No, just kidding. She mistakes dynamite stick for candle in power outage and suffers extreme injuries. Damn. X Games style injuries. I wonder if she impaled herself trying to do a 900. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's read the story, Tad. A Connecticut woman mistakenly lit a stick of dynamite instead of a candle during a power outage and suffered severe injuries Thursday night, police said. She lived with fucking Wile E. Coyote? Why do you have just goddamn dynamite laying around? This is fucking bullshit. Authorities say the tragic accident... This isn't tragic. You can see... If I know anything about dynamite, it says TNT real big on the side of it. This lady must be... She must be blind or high or something. The accident happened to the 30-year-old mother of two. Oh, she's a mother, just like Serena Williams. She could never accidentally light bombs on fire in her house. So apparently they tried to go to the Home Depot to buy emergency lighting, but the store was closed. What makes you think Home Depot is going to be open when everything's out of power, lady? You think they magically just open up because they're out of power? No, you're supposed to prepare for storms. This lady won't make it through the hurricane if she lived down in the Carolinas. So when they got back home, she went to get what she believed were candles. So there was multiple sticks of dynamite in this house. Believe what candles left behind in the basement by the previous resident. Okay, so Wile E. Coyote used to live in this house. She attempted to light one of what she thought was a candle, and it turned out to be a quarter stick of dynamite. Wow. Good thing she didn't light the whole stick of dynamite. She probably could have blew up the whole neighborhood. The woman was taken to the hospital with extreme injuries to her hands, and she might lose fingers. She also suffered serious facial injuries, and the explosion did not injure anyone else. Well, that's good. The police and fire department later searched the home and removed the other dynamite devices. And it's against the law to have dynamite or fireworks in Connecticut, but the police aren't pressing charges. Huh. The more you know. Connecticut, you can't have any fun in Connecticut, apparently. At least not with dynamite. Authorities are reminding people to make sure they have backup lighting in their home and in case of an outage, and to report any suspicious items left over. Yeah, if you find any dynamite or marijuana or any type of firearms, be sure to turn those into the police, kids. You don't want to be lighting something on fire and blowing your hand off like Jason Pierre-Paul, the New York Giants, did. Even though his was out of celebration, and this was a lady trying to see in the middle of the night. What else do we have in news? Oh, deadly fire. I love these stories. Deadly fire exposes wealthy man's secret underground tunnels. Here's a mugshot of this guy. It looks like he's got about 15 different herpes outbreaks on his chin, so I'm sure he exfoliates. No, he doesn't exfoliate at all. Bethesda, Maryland. A wealthy stock trader took elaborate steps to conceal the network of tunnels under his house in the Washington, D.C. suburb. Even the young man helping him dig them didn't know where they were. Holy shit. Was this guy drunk all the time or what? A year ago, a deadly fire exposed Daniel Beckwith's curious campaign to build an underground bunker for protection from nuclear attacks. That's pretty good. Yeah, you want to survive those nuclear attacks. Neighbors knew nothing about the tunnels before they heard Beckwith screams and saw smoke pouring out of the house where 21-year-old Aski Kufra died that afternoon. Maryland prosecutors portray the 27-year-old millionaire as a paranoid computer hacker. I'm trying to do computer typing noises. Who recklessly endangered Kafra's life in May. They secured an indictment for murder, for second-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter. Nice. So the lawyer calls it a tragic accident, not a crime scene. And he was a usual guy, and he, I don't know. He was freed on bond, okay. Let's get to the story. I don't give a fuck about any of this. So apparently this guy hired him to dig tunnels under his house in exchange for investments in an internet company that he was launching. They found the man's charred body in the basement of the home. A hole in the concrete basement floor led to a shaft that dropped down 20 feet, which is roughly 6 meters, into tunnels that breached out nearly 200 feet, which is roughly 60 meters in length. Police say Beckwith told investigators how he tried to preserve the project's secrecy when he brought Kafra there. Beckwith said he would rent a car, pick this guy up, drive him to somewhere else in Virginia, where he had the guy put on blackout glasses so he couldn't see. Then he'd drive him around for an hour. Then he'd drive him back, and the guy would spend days at a time working and eating and sleeping in the tunnels. He had a cell phone with him, but Beckwith used internet spoofing to make it appear he was in Virginia, apparently. All right, this guy? He's a modern day phone spoofer. This story is just fucking crazy. Beckwith lived alone in extreme hoarder conditions. That means he shit on the floor and pissed in Gatorade bottles, forcing the men to navigate mazes of junk and trash and feces and rats. The tunnel had lights, air circulation system, and a heater powered by haphazard daisy chain of power strips that created fire risk. Hours before the fire, Kafra texted Beckwith to warn him it smelled like smoke in the tunnels. Beckwith flipped the breaker that turned off the lights in the tunnel, but turned the power back on after he said he couldn't see. Well, yeah, if you shut the lights off, you're not going to be able to see. And if you can't see, you can't work. But if you got 19 fucking power strips plugged into each other, probably sitting in water, piss and shit, because this guy's a hoarder, you're going to have a fire risk, and that's just what happened. So, the guy, he was paranoid about a possible nuclear attack from North Korea. Yeah, I agree with him. But I built my tunnels myself. So apparently this guy got rich off bitcoins. Jesus Christ. All right, so rest in peace, friendly tunnel digger man, and hopefully your family will get some Bitcoin cash. All right, another sad news. A pipeline dumped 8,000 gallons of jet fuel into an Indiana river. A Texas company says one of its pipelines has spilled more than 8,000 gallons of jet fuel into a river in Decatur, Indiana, the city of Decatur. Buckeye Pipeline says it immediately shut down Friday when it saw a pressure problem. The fuel spilled into the St. Mary's River in Decatur, a community of 9,500 people, 100 miles northeast of Indianapolis. So that's a long way away from me. I was hoping to get some free jet fuel. I was gonna suck it up and, I don't know, burn something with it. So apparently, don't drink the water if you live up in Decatur. You might end up with some heartburn, more than likely. So yeah, there was nothing really to that story. I don't know why I even clicked on it. In sports, turns out a couple years ago, there was rumors floating around from a Uber driver here in Indianapolis that one of the linemen had said that Andrew Luck had gotten hurt in a snowboarding accident. And everybody was like, oh, that's a bunch of bullshit, hearsay. Turns out Andrew Luck says he actually did get hurt in a snowboarding accident last winter. So what the fuck? Turns out everything you hear from Uber is more spot on than ESPN, because no one reported it. The Colts didn't say anything about it. So that was awesome. So always believe your Uber drivers, even if they sound too batshit crazy. Oh, the big sporting news over the weekend that I forgot to touch on was apparently Serena Williams went batshit crazy. And after losing a match, because she was getting her ass kicked, apparently. I don't know. I don't know anything about tennis or watch any tennis, let alone women's tennis. But apparently she went batshit crazy because she was losing, and then she blamed the referee for calling some bullshit, calling him a thief and all this nonsense. From everything I read, it looked like she was just being a complete asshole and a sore loser. And she claimed that the judge was being sexist and that she would never cheat because she's a mother, which mothers cheat all the time. Look at Hillary Clinton. She's a mother. She cheats at everything. She's a cheating, lying scoundrel. Just because you shit out a kid out of your pussy doesn't mean you can't cheat. Come on, Serena. You think we're that stupid? So then she's saying, oh, it's racist and everything else. The chick she lost to a girl. It wasn't sexist. And the chick was black and Japanese, which is arguably more of a minority than what Serena Williams is. Like, what? I don't get any of this shit anymore. So then the chick, Serena, she's like some super young chick, and she apologized for defeating Serena at the U.S. Open, which is like batshit crazy. I would have called her out and be like, you were fucking being a dumb cunt, and you lost. You broke a racket. You got points deducted. You were talking shit to the refs. Come on now. It's not the refs' fault you suck. You're getting old, lady. Maybe if you spent more time not having kids and more time batting the ball around and practicing, you could have beat me. I don't know. I don't know anything about tennis, but it blew up. Apparently it's some major ordeal. That's Tad's take on it for someone who only read three headlines. So who knows? I could be completely wrong, but from what I read, it seems like she was being a complete asshole. But whatever. Good for her. Be an asshole. And congratulations to, what was the chick's name that won? I gotta congratulate her because she was like the first Japanese chick to win a U.S. Open. Naomi Osaka. Yeah, congratulations, Naomi. You deserve it. You won. Serena's won like 150 of these things. And, yeah, who cares? All right, another news. What do we got? Oh, I had a story I forgot to tell you guys about. Saturday night after we went out and got fucked up all night. We left the karaoke. The big MC decided to. We all took an Uber back to the Airbnb we were staying at, and then the big MC, he lives kind of downtown, so he was like, "Oh, I'll end up walking home." We're like, "Okay." So I wake up with a Snapchat the next morning, and apparently he decided to take one of those scooters home in the middle of the night, and he ended up wrecking it and fucking himself all up. And here I'm just going to play the Snapchat. You should be able to hear it. This is the audio from the Snapchat that he sent me.
Hey, what up? I just left the bar because everyone else left the bar, but they all went home, so I took a scooter home. I took this scooter home right here. Legit ass on some real shit.
It's a bird scooter.
I fucking wrecked it. Look at my arm. Like, I got shit all over. I wrecked it, but I also made it. So, like, suck my dick. You know what I mean? I made it, but I also wrecked it. So my butt's wet. Brick squad. Uh-oh. There go that bullshit.
So yeah, that was. I woke up to that Sunday morning. It was great. He ended up texting everybody and was like, "Guys, I wrecked something last night. I have no idea what happened." I was like, "Yeah, you were fucked up, and you sent a Snapchat of it, dude." So that was pretty awesome. I forgot to tell you. I forgot to play that on the last podcast. But hey, that's what happens when you shit happens when you party naked. And when you sleep naked, you get better sleep results, apparently, from the study. I don't know if that's true or not. So yeah, that's tomorrow is Taco Tuesday, and I think it's Basketball Tuesday for me. Yeah, I'll be playing some basketball. If my back's not fucked up, I didn't do anything today. My back is still sore from Topgolf. God damn, I should have went and got a massage or something. But anyway, I'm self-medicating over here with some Diet Coke and Oktoberfest. But we will, I might be on the microphone tomorrow. I should be. I will be. Because this TTD, Tad Talk Daily. And I'm your host, Tad Western. So if you enjoy these shows, go ahead, like, subscribe, share with a friend. But remember, until next time, I'm Tad Western, and keep them holstered unless you're ready for a shootout. Psh, psh.